Hello everybody, welcome to Area 51 Uprising, the revamp game of Area 51. So, a little bit of a backstory to this game is, originally a long while ago, like a couple of years ago, I forgot when this game was actually like around, but there was a game, SCP game, called Area 51. And it was basically, the lore was, it was Area 51, but obviously instead of being a government research facility like it is, today, the military do shit there, it's an SCP Foundation site, which I really loved. It was really cool. It had a massive reactor core and all that, and looked really cool. But obviously, it didn't share any Area 51-ish elements. Even though it's supposed to be disguised as a U.S. Army base, whatever. Outside of the base and shit, in the actual old game, it didn't. I don't even know if this one has an outside, but it doesn't even make any sense anyway, because it's Arctic out there, and Area 51 is in Nevada. But, it doesn't matter. So this game has been out for a little bit, actually. It's been out since, let me go check. I would like to look at this real quick and see when this game released. Area 51 Uprising, 4/30/20. This game's been out for like 3 years, I think. Well, I don't know if when they originally released Uprising, but it came out a while ago. So this game is basically the revamp of the old Area 51 game. It has a lot of the same elements, like obviously, like something unique back then was obviously you could have your own like idle animations, and they didn't ever overrid your character animations, which this game doesn't do either. This isn't the select one. I have selected one, see, so looks goofy, but I always like that feature. So the game's dead as fuck. We'll just be honest with that. But I want to make a video on it because this thing's been out. It's public. Anyone can come play this, and it actually is like kind of complete. It's not that bad. Obviously, it has some flaws. Like the game will start you off at level 0, and you have to get to level 1, but you can't like be security or anything until you get level 1. So the only teams you get when you're actually level 0 is Foundation personnel and Class D, which I mean is a good introduction. But obviously, when there's a whole wave of fresh people, there's no security, there's no nothing, but I mean, eventually it fixes itself out and it works, eventually it all works out, because then people get level 1, and then it forces new players either into like a Class D position or a non-combative position, meaning a 10-year-old can't be, who has no clue what they're doing, can't be security right away, which I think is nice. It's actually kind of good. But obviously, since there's no players around, it is a pain to level up. You mostly just have to mop, and stuff, since there's no people to kill or anything. Alright, so we might as well explore. And to start, everything connects here. There's this main atrium room, which is just a big circle, and it connects HEZ, it connects LCZ. But the zones are kind of like weirdly mixed. Like the LCZ acts as the main kind of like area of the facility, which is really cool. But then also things tie in from the atrium. It's cool. But obviously CDC is only a one-way route. You can only go here. So this is the entrance to it. Then there's this really big crystal cave area, which looks really cool. I think it looks badass as hell. The site has some true scale to it, even though it's a little annoying because some of these areas are really, really empty-ish. Which is always a problem I have with like really big sites, is if you don't have a lot of good props to put around and whatnot and make it feel alive, then it just feels like a dead, empty, shitty game. Or the props you put around just feel like fillers and they don't look good. But, that's some development stuff. Obviously, CDC has very big structural design. I really do like it. The CDC being nice and large. It's a pretty basic place, too. You have a vegetation center over there, which also acts as like a secondary line area. So obviously, Class Ds can sneak over there. Which also requires security to be split between the main and secondary line. You got some other things like the calf. Here, you got a little shop, but I don't know if you can. I don't think you can actually buy anything from there yet. Then you got a lot of cells. The cool thing about the cells is the cells are in like a player-owned system, as it says unoccupied above there. So each player gets their own cell. So obviously, if like, oh, this dude has contraband, maybe they have a feature where you can search their cell specific. Just go find it, search it. There's laundry. I don't know if they made it so CDs can work yet. I obviously am not on the CD team. so I probably don't get any of the prompts. Maybe I'll check it out in a minute. But you know, laundry, typical. Postal service. I don't really know why the HP Foundation has postal service, but you know, maybe they gotta send letters to their loved ones. I don't know why sometimes randomly your guns will receive a glow to them. Like your gun will just randomly start having like a light glow. I don't know. Obviously, CDC is clearly not accounted for on the map. There's the line here, obviously, you know, cross it, you get shot. Got the water ambience over here. There's like a red brick down there. I'm not gonna lie though, I feel like the CDC in this game is a little It's not the best CDC I've ever seen in my life. I think other games of simpler ones have done better, but it still looks good, and I still think it's unique. A lot better than the older one. Then, I don't think they have, like, radio channels. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just, like, one central radio, because in the end, nobody ever uses radio channels. So, it's like SP Roleplay, where it's just best to leave everything under one central line. That's the entrance zone. Here, it doesn't have much to it. There's, like, a fallout shelter out there and stuff, but let's explore the actual, you know, cool, epic parts of the place, rather than look around a boring whatever. This is the MTF spawn, so that's where I am. Which I always liked how they spawn, because in here we have like a little containment cell zone. Obviously these are just like safe class SCPs and stuff. They're not anything deadly. But they do have a lot of SCPs in this game. Like that hallway is filled to the brim of working SCPs. I'm pretty sure they work at least. Then they got the HEZ checkpoint, which actually doesn't lead straight to HEZ trust. It actually intersects with the rest of the area of the LCZ. This checkpoint, aka being the connecting spot to it. So this is like standard LCZ hall, and then you turn right here, and here's the HEZ. That you can go inside of, and yeah, so you need to go through there, the office. I've always loved the detail, to be honest, with the offices and stuff. It always made the area feel nice and alive. Site feel big. And then you go through here, and you can go over into here, and then you can open this up. I only have L2 clearance, but I'm pretty sure my MTF clearance should give me access to a lot more things. I mean, I have access to like IA, which gives me level 4, but yeah. So we got HEZ, obviously the little MTF checkpoint here for all you MTF role players who love to hold a checkpoint. It's fun. And we got the lobby, which just kind of splits into each zone, and mostly just has different like SCP containment rooms. I guess I just task force kid. I don't have enough clearance for shit, so whatever, that's fine. But ranking up MTF would probably be not that easy, to be honest. At least like right now with no players, because a lot of other teams get mops, and that's like one of the main ways you'll probably level up a lot. Is especially for the lower pivotal, is you kind of just run around, learn the game, get points XP for activity and mopping the floor. There's dirt spills that we've seen like this that spawn. You get like 3 XP for cleaning them. Obviously, I don't have a mop on me, so I can't clean them at the moment. So going from HEZ, you can either go back there to the main area, or we can cut over here and head into this area. Over here we have the SD spawn. There are multiple armories scattered throughout the site, but I'm pretty sure this is the main armory that all SD spawn at. I can check though. Then we got all of these over here, and then we're back to the atrium. So then there's the prison, and yeah. So it's not that big of a facility, to be honest. Obviously, you probably expect a lot of combat and whatnot. Alright, so then over here we got like the X and shit. I don't know, cafeteria. It's not much of a cafeteria, to be honest. There's no real fucking food in here. It's more just like a transition area to help you kind of get through the like middle areas a lot more. But MD, a bunch of other spawns in here. I'm pretty sure every civil team spawns in this sector. And you got Lee Stant, which is like a fancy little bar place. I like this. you know, come here and sit around. Pretty cool. There's breach shelters, whatever, but they're pretty basic. They're not very crazy looking. And then we're gonna go outside. I'm pretty sure this place doesn't actually have a main gate right now. I've not seen a main exit, but there is this fallout shelter and there are sewers. So, okay, I need level 3 clearance to even leave the facility to safety. Now there is these sewers down here. There's spooky sewers. We're gonna go swim in them. So obviously if you take the sewers, you actually have to swim through the sewage water, which is pretty cool, I'd say. I don't know how combat would go down here, but pretty funny. I hear CDC, so I don't know if this is taking us over there or not. But we'll find out. It's getting a lot brighter over here. Huh, alright, a little crystal area. And more sewers to swim for. Okay, let's keep going. For me, CI is unlocked. It just doesn't let me play it, so I'm assuming they don't have CI implemented yet, maybe. So there's no, like, hostile group to the facility and etc. whatnot yet. Which, I mean, that's whatever. What is this? Oh, it's just... Alright, there's nothing there. Well, I might as well switch, you know, show the teams now. They have a really cool menu, I think. I mean, it's kind of but they got, like, a nice background to it. This doesn't work, and settings doesn't actually do anything yet. This is all these teams, so we're going to be the security for a second. Oh, yeah, so security actually has like 30 different spawns. So your spawn for SD is probably very randomized. Like, I'm spawning in here for now, but I've spawned in other places. There's multiple armories, multiple places to spawn. Now, there is Sigma 9 in this game, too. And they get purple uniform, whatever. An AUG. Nothing really too complex or crazy. Obviously, these guys are just generally the riot containers, whatever. There is a Lambda 5, but they... what was it? Requires you to be a server booster, and you need to own the Game Pass. So, for free, you get 2 mobile task forces. That's kind of it. I'm not gonna show like a whole bunch of everything and all that. Obviously, this is just like a checking out the map, checking out. I don't know if this game is gonna get updates again or recontinued or what's gonna happen, but I'd really like to see this game alive. You know, again, game was really fun originally when I was around. It was a good time, and I would really like to see, you know, the comeback of a century, and for this game to revive, and for it to be hit new SCP genre experience, you know. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.